Shalom, family. It's good to see everybody here. I hope everybody is doing well. Well, we're going to talk about an incident that I think would have went down on an elevator with Rodney Hinton Jr. and a black cop stepped on the elevator and just looking at these because he was on there with three white cops, and this black cop kind of sensed that something was not right. Like they were going to get on that elevator, and once the doors closed, they were going to do something to him. So he decided to step onto the elevator and take the ride down with them. And I'm going to show you the actual footage of this elevator ride. And in all honesty, y'all, I really believe they were going to do something to him on that elevator. If that black cop did not step on and do what he did, who knows if he would even still be alive. You know, they're trying to get at him real bad for what he did. And, that man saw the footage of him losing his son. And on top of all of that, y'all, they lied about what happened. The cop that gunned him down, and you notice they have not revealed who this cop is, y'all. They have not showed us who this cop is at all. And I really believe this cop knew he was lying and he got caught because he said Rodney's son pointed a gun at him. But when you look at the footage, there's nothing in the footage that shows that young man pointing anything at this cop. So, it's just filled with lies. Then they tried to say the car was stolen, and I'm finding out the car was not stolen at all. They just missed whoever owned the car missed a few payments on the car. That was it. But that car was absolutely not stolen. So it's a lot of lies floating around. And thank you for being here, True Royal.
You're welcome.
And yeah, so we're going to talk about this, and I'm going to show you the
Okay.
footage
Lisa,
on.
I'm stepping away for just a second. Excuse me.
Okay. All right. So, y'all, you be the judge. I tend to agree with the black cop. As far as I'm concerned, what he did, he saved Rodney Hinton Jr. And I wish I knew who this officer was. I really do. Maybe over the next coming days, we'll find out what his name is, what police department he works at. Somebody needs to start a GoFundMe or something for this cop. He was a hero that day. He really was. So, and I'm glad that, these are things we did not see from the melanated cop. Many times they went along or they just stayed silent. We never seen them take a stand. So for this cop to take it upon himself and do what he did, it's a breath of fresh air. And I hope we can see this more often. Definitely. All right. So I'm going to get this video up. Okay. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I don't know if True Royal is back. True Royal, are you back? Okay. Well, I'm sure she'll come back sooner or later, and I can show it more than one time. All right. Okay, so that is he got on there because he suspected something wasn't right. Now, y'all, I want to go back because there is something I want you to see, which got me suspicious. All right, now, right here in this still shot, Rodney is leaning up against the elevator, the wall in there. And I want y'all to take notice to something. He is handcuffed in the front, and the handcuffs are not behind him. And I really believe, and you just follow me on this, I really truly believe they handcuffed him like that because they were going to do something to him in this elevator and then claim he tried to grab my gun. That's why he was handcuffed like that. I think that was all part of what they were going to do. See, you can justify taking him out if you make the claim, and they always make this claim when it's black men. They'll claim you have a gun when there's no gun present, or if you're handcuffed in the front, always be wary of that, because if they attack you, they're going to swear up and down they only did this because you tried to grab their gun. Right. So one officer is wearing gloves, and look at the way he's staring at this black cop. Just look. I just watched the way he was staring at the black cop because I think he foiled whatever they were planning to do to Rodney on this elevator. And that's my opinion, and I stand by it. Now, do I know everything? Hell no, I don't, and don't profess to. But I think in this case, there's a third cop, but he's standing on the other side of Rodney. That's why you don't see him. You just see the two white cops. But he was alone initially on that elevator with three white cops. And they've been going in that courtroom trying to intimidate him every time he has to make an appearance. They all pile up in there. I think his first hearing after he took the deputy out, I believe they said it was a total of 50 cops up there. You don't need that amount of cops to come up there. That's just a form of intimidation. And I know also, I was looking at an article, and the black cops were fighting with these white officers, saying, why is it only white officers guarding him? Why aren't black officers allowed to guard Rodney Hinton Jr.? And that question was being raised by the black police officers. So, man, do we know we're in these final days, because we are definitely seeing, I'm seeing things that we never saw in these black cops before. 50 cops showed up, 50 over one man. But I'm glad they are questioning this stuff. It deserves to be questioned. True Royal, are you back? Okay, so she's not back. But yeah, I just wanted you to see how he is cuffed up front. And I think, when it comes down to these cops, because they have given us every reason on earth not to trust them. So everything they do, you better be looking at it and analyzing it, because they are doing this for a reason. They are doing this for a reason. Because they could have done anything up in that elevator and say, oh, he tried to grab my taser. Oh, he tried to grab my gun. No, no. So I'm glad this cop used his instincts. I'm glad he did. Because it's no telling what would have happened in this elevator, y'all. It's no telling. And I'm glad. And, I don't know whether they changed the situation where there are some black cops present to watch over him, but I know that was a thing that was in question. Why were so many white cops guarding him and no one else? Yeah, because they want to eventually try to do a Sandra Bland on him. I wouldn't doubt it. Oh, yeah. I mean, Rodney, I don't know whether he realized it or not, but yeah, that cop was his guardian at that time. He really was a guardian to him at that very moment, whether he realizes it or not. But I'm glad this man used his instinct when he saw the 4 of them in the elevator and it didn't look right to him, and I'm glad he went on his instinct. Only if more cops would do this. Only if more would do it, y'all. Yeah, I was even looking at his uniform to see if I could pick up a name, and I just couldn't. I think it's because of the angle that this is shot from. I don't see who this brother's name is.
Excuse me, I'm back.
Mhm. So, I'm gonna show the video footage again,
Okay, Lisa.
right? So, y'all, I already explained to the audience what they're looking at, so let me just roll it back to the beginning.
Okay.
Now, again, these 4, it's 3 white officers, one on the other side of him that you can't see, and
Mm-hmm.
these 2 you can see. They all got on the elevator, and this black cop suspected something was not right. 3 white officers and Rodney Hinton Jr., and
Mm-hmm.
they're trying to get at him, right? So
Mm-hmm.
he decided to take it upon himself and step on the elevator too. And just
Mm-hmm.
look at the way they're looking at this black cop. Just observe. All right, let me play it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they didn't like that he got on there. You could see it on
Mm-hmm.
their faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they was ready to do some dirt.
Hmm. All
And
right, Rachel Royal, I'm gonna let you just speak about what you just observed in the video.
well, it's more so what I felt.
Hmm.
I can literally feel um the energy. And the thing is, I'm just going to speak from my experience because I've often said that I'm affected by the system in America, that so much negativity has happened to us in this system that um and I said this to you too, that we have the ability to be fair, balanced, and objective. Well, the system has basically corrupted me, that yeah, I can be fair, balanced, and objective. It's not in me no more. um because we are truly in a war, and every day um I get mentally abused. And so when something happens to them, it's hard for me to have any type of sympathy anymore. And what blows my mind is you can see them do horrible things to us 1,000 times, and something that happened to them one time. Now it's all about let's be fair and balanced. This system is not fair and balanced. It never will be fair and balanced. And somebody asked me a question long ago. Well, what do you think would make this system fair and balanced? And I said the total elimination of the Caucasoid race. That's just how I feel at this point. I'm gonna leave it right there, Lisa.
Well, the thing is, they are, because of their birth rate, they are being phased out right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is because of the way they have been treating us.
Mm-hmm.
If you go back, there is really no repentance, no atonement for what they have done all this time.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of that, yeah, barrenness is a curse.
Mm-hmm.
There is no future without babies.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't. There is no next generation without babies.
And then now what's going on is the side effects of their isms has truly showed up in their and is affecting their immediate situation.
Right. Yeah.
There's so many aspects.
Racism is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's very expensive. And
Mm-hmm.
now it's getting to the point where they can't even afford the racism that they're doing. They have spent trillions being
Mm-hmm.
racist up in here. Now they can't afford it at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the racism is now, not only is it costing them, it's turning on them now, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I'm just, like I said, I'm glad at least one cop was watching what was going on
Mm-hmm.
and did what he could to step in to make sure nothing would happen. And
Mm-hmm.
I really wish I could find out this brother's name. I'm sure in the coming days we'll find out who he is.
You could feel the energy even from the brother. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm reading what y'all saying. Yeah, when they got gloves on, what do that mean? You getting
Mhm.
ready to do something,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
absolutely.
we we
And
we
like I
observe a
said,
lot.
if you look at the footage, let me see if I can get to that spot again. You can see his handcuffs are in the front. And
Mm-hmm.
see, they do that on purpose to say, "Oh, well, they tried to grab my gun." You know what I mean? If they would
Mm-hmm.
have done something up in that elevator, that would have been out of their mouth. You see them handcuffs up front, and they would have used that as a means of, this is why we had to defend ourselves. He tried to
Mm-hmm.
grab this, he tried to grab that.
Yeah, and then
No,
another thing, they know how to position themselves around them damn cameras too.
yeah, because you don't see, there's actually three white cops. You only see
Mm-hmm.
two of the three.
Mm-hmm.
And actually the black cop is facing the third one face to face.
Mm-hmm.
He's right across from him. You just don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Now
Mm-hmm.
and the thing is, if he didn't step on there, they probably would have stopped that elevator and did whatever they
They
wanted to
would have
him.
they would have unleashed like mad. And see, the thing is, another thing I want to say, um, the most dangerous type of man that you can deal with when you didn't wipe essentially just then wiped his family out. It's like, what I got to live for anymore. You done took his son, and I seen that video.
I saw
How
it too.
how is this child pointing something and he running?
He was
And
never pointing anything at
they
him,
were
and that's the thing. And
I
it's
mean
they are notorious for lying on police reports,
they
and
use mhm,
they do it all the time.
they use the same narrative over and over. So you're gonna be stupid enough to be you in a running motion, and you're gonna be trying to shoot too at the
Mm-hmm.
same time. Y'all, just stop insulting our intelligence at the end of the day. We
Mm-hmm.
know that you are, see, one thing about Esau, you are a cancer to the entire planet. You don't leave no stone unturned.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you must be eliminated. You literally are a cancer to this planet. You even a cancer to your damn cells.
So anyway, yeah, I can feel, just looking at this, I definitely feel the negative energy coming from those cops.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
The
You can
tension
feel
was so thick because with the brother, he's like, mm-hmm.
it. That's why he was tapping with his fingers. Because
And
I was
you
like,
know,
yeah, he could have heard a pin drop in that elevator once he stepped on there.
he then went and told the other cops, the other ones in there, yeah, they in there ready to smash his head wide open, because we seen how the brother was looking at them, because he looked right at them. See, that's another thing, that 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 kind of stuff that brother did, they fear that. They
Mhm.
don't, when you talking to them, look them in the eyes. They can't look at us. See, the one thing that they see in us, they see the kingdom in us, and they see the everlasting life in us, and they
Well, you
can't
can
kill
see
it.
the one in the blue tie is looking down.
Because he was
Yeah.
a part of the bullshit too.
And yeah, well, he's just a plainclothes cop. You can see his
Mm-hmm.
badge clipped on his waist. And
Mm-hmm.
then the one with the gloves on, he was looking directly at the black cop. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it's like, oh shit, he got on here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind
Mm-hmm.
of look. And no telling what kind of look was on the third cop because we don't see him. But the
Mm-hmm.
bottom line is, like I said, I think this brother, what he did was courageous. He took it upon himself to do this. He didn't have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he could have just stayed with the other cops that were up in there. He took it
Yeah.
upon himself to do this.
Yeah, we gotta protect each other on so many levels. You know, we can't just be stepping away and looking away, because there's been situations where me and my husband see something going down, and we'll just kind of just hang around with one of our folks, and then we don't just drive off. And it's just interesting. You'll just see something. You don't necessarily have to step in. You just watching and stuff. And like I told my husband, anytime you get a new cell phone, know how to use your camera. Play with that joker real good. Know how to cut it on real good. Focus with it, everything. Because they don't like being filmed. They don't like being exposed. See, when they were talking about Big Brother is watching you, they never factored in that they ass would be watched too. And this is an example of Big Brother watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. So y'all, this is interesting, but you know what? Let's say they try to do this again. This video will always be there,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they may be a little more reluctant because you just foiled their plan. You know, even if they planned it again, this video will always be there.
You know what this make me think of? They had and the video is still out. There was a Puerto
Mhm.
Rican boy that got in a scuffle with a cop, and he ended up killing that cop. And when they arraigned him, you couldn't even, his parents couldn't even recognize his face. They had beat that boy to a pulp. Them cops, it was so many cops in that courtroom, and it happened somewhere way back east someplace. I don't know if you ever remember that. That boy was beat so bad, and when he stepped out, his mama just hollered, and you could just feel the wrong in that courtroom, that
Mm,
they got their hands on him and beat that kid till they couldn't beat him no more. And yeah, that's one thing. Yeah, they are cowards. They
mm,
got their gun, they got their tasers, they got their cuffs, they got their damn system. And even with all of this stuff that they have, they still fear us.
mhm.
And they wrong. Okay, yeah, that happened in New York City. Fourth tribe. Okay, yeah. I thought that happened in New York City. I wasn't sure.
Mhm.
And I mean, this is what, that man is numb.
No, Hinton was not driving the car, and they said the car was stolen, and I found out the car was not stolen at all. The only thing that was wrong was the person that owned the car was behind on the payments, but the car was not stolen at all. And the cops put in the police report they were in a stolen car. That was a
So,
lie. He
so now
said
they
that
so
he
now they
pointed a
the repo man too, huh? So now
right.
they the
So
repo man.
they said he pointed a gun at him. There's nothing in the video showing that young man that was running away pointed anything at that cop. So he
Mm-hmm.
got lies all over the police report. And to this very day, they have not given up the name of this cop.
Mm-hmm.
They have not told the name of the cop to this very
Mm-hmm.
day. Yeah, yeah. They. How many times have they said he got a gun and there's no gun? They have done it so
Oh
much.
yeah, they did
It's
that.
like
I
it's almost like
seen a
place when they stop a black man, accuse them of having a gun that nobody sees.
I seen a video where they did this to a black guy. A black cop did this. Okay, it was it was a call that a couple was fighting. Okay, he said he would leave the house. So he left the house. They decided to pull him over. The black cop busts out the window and starts screaming and hollering, "He grabbing my gun, he grabbing my gun." And then another cop pulls his car in front of that black guy's car. And, you know, they beat the hell out of him and everything. And he kept trying to tell his lawyer, I think there's some other footage out there. Well, turn out that his lawyer asked about that other footage, seeing what really actually happened. All of those cops ended up losing their job. And the one black cop who started everything, he was crying. He was appealing everything, trying to, you know, trying to plead his case and all and stuff. And he was so busy worried about, you know, his whole thing was he wanted to be a part of the good old boys. And what ended up happening, it was unnecessary for what went down in that particular situation. But what blew my mind was when he started hollering, "He got my gun, he got my gun." And the guy was like, it was glass all in his face. You got cops coming all around him. I mean, that's the part logically never makes sense to me. You got 4-5 cops coming on you, and you're gonna grab one of their guns. How are you in a win-win situation and you getting beat down?
But you know what? In the case of Rodney, you know, the family said he was distraught after he saw the video of his son getting gunned down and killed. They said this man was so distraught they would not let him get behind the wheel of the car.
Look at him now, Lisa. Look at his face. This man is in anguish.
Yeah, and the thing is, the family told him, "Don't drive. You are just not in any shape to drive." But, you know, he went back and got his car. And that's when, you know, on his way driving back home, that's when he saw that deputy, ran his butt down. You know, you don't know the pain of somebody that loses a child, especially one that gets unalived by a cop unnecessarily. When I saw that video, it was no reason for the cop to even shoot. You know, they don't want to chase anybody, especially one of us. You know, they don't want to chase you. They just want to eliminate you.
Yeah.
You know, they don't believe in that. But unless it's one of their own. If it's one of their own, then all of a sudden they remember all of the protocol they should be.
Lisa, I done seen some of the most unbelievable videos where one of their own, I done seen one of their own shoot at them.
In fact, there's just one. There's a recent video of a white man shooting at a cop, and he showed nothing but restraint and did not pull his weapon and kill him like he would have done if it was you know, a black man. Yeah, there's one that recently came out that was exactly that.
Yeah,
they know what protocol is. It just goes out the window when they're.
It's amazing. It's amazing the restraint that they use, because I didn't heard them call them all out of their name, throw stuff at them.
I seen them get slapped. I seen them get spit on by their own,
and they do nothing. And then there's ridiculous videos. I watched a video today. A black woman was asleep in her car, got the hell beat out of her, and locked up for sleeping in her car.
Yeah. I mean, these things happen all the time.
So it ain't nothing new with you, Esau. The only thing that's different now is you don't like the fact how we are responding. You just want us to keep laying down so you can exercise your isms on us. We done. We're not going to be just laying down letting people just do any and everything to us.
Yeah, that is so true. You know, and you see Donald Trump bringing over another class of racists from South Africa. And I got a live stream coming up about that tomorrow. And you're going to see how white America feels about these white South African refugees, is what they're calling them, which they're not, are coming over here. They don't like it, y'all. They don't like it. And you're going to see how they're reporting it on the news and how some of them are talking, and some, I saw a few videos, some of them are even giving them the warning, don't F with our black people over here.
Hmm.
They are not like those over there.
Mm-mm.
And they were also saying, see, they're not going to work for you for $2 a day as your servant over here. You ain't
No.
going to get none of that from them. So
Mm-mm.
they are putting the warning out to these South Africans on how they better be dealing with us.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this ain't us, y'all. It is white America telling them, you better tread lightly when you're dealing with our black folks over here. They are not
Mm-hmm.
like the ones over there that you left. And
Mm-mm.
warning them, they ain't gonna be working for no few dollars a day to clean your house and all that stuff.
Yeah, they
They
gon' they gon' they gonna run they gonna run up on a Ray Ray or Pookie and they gonna slap the taste out of their mouth. They're not
uh,
gonna go for it. Mm-mm.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
So they are getting the warnings, and no, y'all, these folks over here, them folks, they are very upset for Donald Trump for doing this. And you'll see what I'm gonna show you a string of videos, and you're gonna hear directly out of their mouth
Well,
how they
they own is even more
not
than
happy.
it. Well, we are truly on that wish factor, huh?
Mhm. Oh no,
Wow.
they you think they're see just because Donald Trump and his administration are talking about they happy they're here. You talk to the everyday person out here, not the ones that are licking Donald Trump's ass every day, not them folks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay? No. Listen to the people out here in the general population. Oh no, they ain't feeling this mess at
Yeah,
all.
because it don't make sense what Trump is doing. But I don't want to really say much. I can't wait for your live stream on that
You'll
one.
see tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
because I got some videos I'm going to have y'all
Mm-hmm.
watching. You're going to hear from their mouth to your ears.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be at 11:45 tomorrow, and hopefully I will see you all there. And don't forget the pomade is on sale, 20% off. I still got plenty left if you want to grab some up. Do you want to say anything else? Wow, the number's at 666. Ooh.
Oh, Lisa! Wow! Oh my Lord! Ooh, that
So
speaks volumes.
yeah. Do you want to
What?
say anything else before we go,
Mm,
Troy?
no, that I already said what I had to say. Let the
Mhm.
games begin at the end of the day.
Yeah,
Mm, mm,
yeah.
mm.
And you know what, y'all? I'm just like I said, I'm glad we're seeing the cops do things we never seen before. This was definitely a necessary thing for him to do, and he did it. You
Mhm.
know, he was not part of this team to bring him in and take him out of court, but he made it his business to get on this elevator, and I was grateful to see this. So,
Mm.
y'all, please enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you all at 11:45 tomorrow.
All
Shalom,
right.
family.
All right. I shake to the royal family.